Springbrook clearance. Good evening. Southwest 2317. Ready for pushback at Bravo 3.
Springbrook Tower. Good evening. Lufthansa 69er72 is on approach. Lufthansa 69er72 clear to land runway 05.
Southwest 2317. Cleared for pushback. Springbrook ground. Southwest 2317. Ready to taxi. Southwest 2317. Taxi to runway 32. Springbrook clearance. Good evening. Ulnerpon 6503. Ready for pushback at Alpha 5. Ulnerpon 6503. Cleared for pushback.
Springbrook Tower. Good evening. Berlin 6442 is on approach. Berlin 6442 clear to land runway 05.
Springbrook ground. Ulnerpon 6503. Ready to taxi. Ulnerpon 6503. Taxi to runway 05. Springbrook Tower. Southwest 2317. Ready for takeoff runway 32. Southwest 2317. Cleared for takeoff runway 32.
Springbrook ground. Lufthansa 69er72 taxi to the gates. Lufthansa 69er72 taxi to gate Bravo 3. Springbrook clearance. Good evening. Air Canada 619er1 ready for pushback at Alpha 1. Air Canada 619er1 cleared for pushback. Lufthansa 69er72 hold position. Springbrook ground. Air Canada 619er1 ready to taxi. Air Canada 619er1 taxi to runway 32. Lufthansa 69er72 continue taxi. Springbrook ground. Berlin 6442 requesting taxi to the gates.
Springbrook Tower. Good evening. Asiana 5938 is on approach. Asiana 5938 cleared to land runway 05.
Berlin 6442 taxi to gate Alpha 5.
Springbrook clearance. Good evening. Singapore 3831. Ready for pushback at Bravo 7. Singapore 3831. Cleared for pushback.
Springbrook Tower. Ulnerpon 6503. Ready for takeoff runway 05. Ulnerpon 6503. Cleared for takeoff runway 05.
Springbrook Tower. Good evening. Delta 3068 is on approach. Delta 3068 cleared to land runway 32. Springbrook ground. Singapore 3831 ready to taxi. Singapore 3831 taxi to runway 32.
Springbrook Tower, Air Canada 619er1 ready for takeoff runway 32. Air Canada 619er1 cleared for takeoff runway 32.
Springbrook Tower, good evening. Egypt Air 4764 is on approach. Egypt Air 4764 cleared to land runway 05.
Springbrook clearance. Good evening. Hawaiian 2615 ready for pushback at Bravo 2. Hawaiian 2615 cleared for pushback.
Springbrook ground, Asiana 5938 requesting taxi to the gates. Asiana 5938 taxi to gate Alpha 1.
Springbrook ground. Hawaiian 2615 ready to taxi. Hawaiian 2615 taxi to runway 32.
Springbrook Tower, Singapore 3831 ready for takeoff runway 32.
Springbrook clearance. Good evening. Finnair 5551 ready for pushback at Bravo 6.
Singapore 3831 cleared for takeoff runway 32.
Finnair 5551 cleared for pushback.
Springbrook ground. Delta 3068 taxi to the gates.
Springbrook Tower, good evening. Philippines 5908 is on approach. Philippines 5908 clear to land runway 32.
Delta 3068 taxi to gate Bravo 2.
Springbrook ground, Egypt Air 4764 taxi to the gates. Egypt Air 4764 taxi to gate Bravo 7.
Springbrook ground. Finnair 5551 ready to taxi. Finnair 5551 taxi to runway 32.
Delta 3068 hold position.
Springbrook Tower. Hawaiian 2615 ready for takeoff runway 32. Hawaiian 2615 cleared for takeoff runway 32.
Springbrook clearance. Good evening. Lufthansa 9015 ready for pushback at Bravo 8.
Delta 3068 continue taxi.
Lufthansa 9015 cleared for pushback.
Springbrook Tower, good evening. Finnair 6360 is on approach. Finnair 6360 cleared to land runway 32.
Springbrook Tower, Finnair 5551, ready for takeoff runway 32. Finnair 5551, cleared for takeoff runway 32.
Springbrook clearance. Good evening. Korean 7557 ready for pushback at Charlie 3.
Philippines 5908 taxi to gate Bravo 6.
Korean 7557 cleared for pushback.
Springbrook ground. Lufthansa 9015 ready to taxi. Lufthansa 9015 taxi to runway 05.
Springbrook ground. Korean 7557 ready to taxi. Korean 7557 taxi to runway 05.
Philippines 5908 hold position. Springbrook clearance. Good evening. Delta 1983 ready for pushback at Alpha 2. Philippines 5908 continue taxi. Delta 1983 cleared for pushback.
Springbrook Tower, good evening. DHL 5812 is on approach. DHL 5812 clear to land runway 05.
Springbrook ground. Delta 1983 ready to taxi. Delta 1983 taxi to runway 32.
Springbrook Tower, good evening. Super Green 8364 is on approach. Super Green 8364 cleared to land runway 32.
All Nippon 995 cleared for pushback. Finnair 6360 taxi to gate Bravo 8.
Korean 7557 cleared for takeoff runway 05.
Springbrook ground. All Nippon 995 ready to taxi.
Springbrook Tower, good evening. Air India 90840 is on approach. Air India 90840 cleared to land runway 05.
All Nippon 995 taxi to runway 32.
Springbrook Tower, good evening. Qatari 2546 is on approach. Qatari 2546 cleared to land runway 32.
Springbrook clearance. Good evening. Europa 14907 ready for pushback at Alpha 4. Europa 14907 cleared for pushback.
Springbrook Tower. Delta 1983 ready for takeoff runway 32.
Springbrook ground. DHL 5812 taxi to the gate. DHL 5812 taxi to gate Charlie 3.
Springbrook ground. Europa 14907 ready to taxi. Europa 14907 taxi to runway 05.
Springbrook Tower. Lufthansa 9015 ready for takeoff runway 05.
Delta 1983 line up and wait runway 32. Springbrook Tower, All Nippon, All Niner 5, ready for takeoff runway 32.
Springbrook clearance. Good morning. All Nippon 1193. Ready for pushback at Bravo 1.
Delta 1983, cleared for takeoff runway 32.
All Nippon 1193. Cleared for pushback.
Springbrook ground, Super Green, 8364, requesting taxi to the gates.
All Nippon, All Niner 5, cleared for takeoff runway 32.
Springbrook Tower. Good morning. Atlas Air 8460 is on approach. Atlas Air 8460 cleared to land runway 05.
Super Green, 8364, taxi to gate Alpha 3.
Lufthansa 9015 cleared for takeoff runway 05.
Springbrook ground, Air India 90840, requesting taxi to the gates.
Springbrook ground. All Nippon 1193. Ready to taxi.
Air India 90840, taxi to gate Alpha 4. Springbrook clearance. Good morning. Air China 5625, ready for pushback at Charlie 2. Air China 5625, cleared for pushback.
All Nippon 1193. Taxi to runway 32.
Super Green, 8364, hold position.
Springbrook ground, Qatari 2546, taxi to the gates. Qatari 2546, taxi to gate Bravo 1.
Super Green, 8364, continue taxi.
Springbrook ground, Air China 5625, ready to taxi. Air China